We've already discussed some key foundations when it comes to reading a Vedic astrology natal chart. If you would like to see my intro to Vedic astrology videos, click on my playlist. We first discussed the 9 planets, and this is not including the outer planets such as Uranus, Neptune, or Pluto, although those are very important. In Vedic astrology, we focus on the 9 planets. By understanding the 9 planets and their functions, we can better understand the 12 zodiac signs. 7 out of the 9 planets rule these zodiac signs. It's imperative that we understand the rulers of each zodiac sign. That way we can better interpret what each sign means. The other video I discussed are on the 12 zodiac signs. Based on the condition of a planet that is placed in a certain zodiac sign, we can understand more about the psychology of the person, what a person's strengths are, what they are here to kind of work on, and it gives us a bigger picture as to what is going on. Lastly, we explored the houses. So the houses are based on the exact time a person was born or the exact time of an event. And when we have the exact time along with the date of that event and the location, we can get more details, we can get precise information about something that is happening. If this is your first time here, my name is Gina from Her Cosmic Crown. I am a Vedic astrologer with a background in psychology. I love talking about all things Vedic astrology and psychology. So right now we are going to learn how to read a South Indian birth chart. When you go to www.vaultoftheheavens.com and type in your birth information, you'll see an image of your South Indian natal chart. And you'll notice that your planets are placed in different signs. And to the left of this video, I've created a list of the abbreviations of the planets. The signs are also abbreviated, and they're in order going clockwise. For example, we have Aries, Taurus, and Gemini at the top. The double diagonal lines indicate your ascendant sign, which is based on your birth time. We count from the ascendant, moving clockwise when we want to get specific information about your life's path. The numbers you see in the little boxes with each sign may or may not correspond with the house from your ascendant. We use those numbers for predictions, not for analyzing your path and your general characteristics. In this example, the person has their rising sign in Gemini, and Rahu is also here. Venus and Mercury are in the 5th house, the Sun in the 6th, Ketu in the 7th, Jupiter and Saturn in the 8th, Mars in the 11th. And we also have the Moon in the 12th house. Now, let's have some practice. Let's put all of this information together in a very fun way. I have these zodiac dice that I got online, and I'm gonna shake them up and then I'm gonna see what comes out, and we're gonna do a couple of these exercises and then you can try it at home. I'm gonna just do a quick roll and see what we get. We got Sagittarius in the 12th house and Saturn there. Oh boy. Saturn is, as we know, a very challenging planet. It has to do with limitations, it has to do with suffering, it has to do with pain, trauma, wounds, limitation, losses, all of those heavy things that people don't want to face, and it's hard because it's forcing us to let go. And it's interesting because the 12th house is the house of letting go. And so a person, when they have, when they have Saturn in the 12th house, they can really struggle with letting go. It can be hard for them to let go. The 12th house is also the house of expenses. So a person can have some expenses, some limitations with their expenses. And yeah, there can be some financial issues, financial lessons that a person is learning. And when we have Saturn in the sign of Sagittarius, well, Sagittarius has to do with our long-term goals, our long-term vision. So a person can feel stuck sometimes when it comes to knowing what their long-term vision is. Saturn in Sagittarius has to do with, you know, finding out what their purpose is in life. So looking at the whole chart is important because that kind of points us to certain themes that are coming up when we're reading a chart. But the 12th house has to do with ashrams and things like that. So a person might find some difficulties when it comes to ashrams, not even just ashrams, but there could be some karmic debt that they have to pay off. They could find themselves kind of confined in a way, not able to fully move around the way they want to. And perhaps that is a way that they are finding purpose, by resting, by contemplating, by not being able to fully be and express who they want to be. Maybe there's some lessons to be learned in a place of confinement, hospitals, ashrams, things like that. Okay, we'll do one more. So we got Capricorn, we got Venus in the 6th house. What happens if you have Venus in the 6th house? First of all, we'll start with that. So Venus is the planet of win-win situations, relationships, you benefiting from another person, that person benefiting from you, you getting the most fulfillment you can get from the world. It's the planet of self-worth, finding value in life. All right, so Venus in the 6th house is said to not be such a favorable position for Venus, actually, because Venus, when it's in the 6th house, it can cause some digestive issues. The 6th house is the house of obstacles, of delays. It is a material house, so it can materialize things, but not without really working at it, really working hard towards that goal. So when a person has Venus in the 6th house, and you want to look at Venus in its totality, it can cause some delays when it comes to relationships. There's some lessons around relationships, but it can be fruitful as they get older. And the thing about the 6th house, it's the house of healing. So any planets in the 6th house, it gets better with time. So that's the great thing about the 6th house, and a person's digestion, including that, can get better with time. And with Venus being in Capricorn, that's actually really great because Capricorn, you know, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Venus and Saturn are actually mutual friends. So Venus actually does really well in the sign of Saturn. So this is great. This is, you know, in general, you want to look at the whole chart, of course, but in general, a person with Venus in Capricorn in the 6th house, with time, they're gonna know their self-worth. They're gonna know what is valuable to them. They may have to wait a long time because, you know, Capricorn being ruled by Saturn, there's some lessons there. Even though Saturn and Venus are friends, a person may really have to wait until they find, you know, a good relationship. They find out what their true values are. But once they do, they can possibly have fulfilling relationships in their lives, not just romantic relationships, but have win-win situations. They can be graceful people and know what things are worth, and if those things are worth your time or not. Now it's your turn. I am going to roll the dice again. Do your best based on what you've learned up until now. How would you interpret this sign, the planet, and the house? Okay, based on what you know so far. I didn't go over the dignities and things like that, but just the basics. See what you can come up with, and hopefully it'll be fun. So Let's try this together. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping things. We have Venus in the sign of Gemini in the 5th house. So what would you say about that? Okay, so we have Venus. We just went over what Venus means. The 5th house, what does that mean? Okay, look at the previous videos, and then Gemini. So let's combine all of those together. Write in the comment section what you think that combination means. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I will see you in the next one.